Kate, this was a great idea you had. It was. Coming out here, we can social distance and have a great time at party and just keep our distance from everybody.
Yeah, Benny. Just stay over there, all right? Where's Jeff? Haven't seen him since you touched that girl.
I didn't touch her. Kate, I didn't touch her. All right? When Don gets here, he'll tell. I didn't touch her. I did lean over. I'll admit. I leaned over and I sniffed her hair, which smelled...
Sniffed her hair? Who are you, Joe Biden? What'd it smell like, pandemic?
I bent down, I sniffed her hair, and I didn't... I thought you touched her when you went to get your book.
Oh, whatever, Benny. Where's Jeff, anyway?
Oh, hey, there's Jeff. Jeff, where the hell are you going, Jeff?
Jeff?
Don't fucking come near me!
Jeff!
Stop! Stop!
Jeff, get back here!
I don't want to get sick. I don't want any of us getting sick. But you two fucking fuckers insist on touching her. Now she's bleeding all over both you guys. So you two can fucking rot.
Jeff!
But not me. No fucking way, not me!
Get back here! Asshole!
Hey, wait. Guys, where did Jeff go with our beer? I'm not going back to the store again, man. Jeff?
Hey everybody, welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GovsRadio.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. And like my good friend Ken Pichel always says, we on TV! And yes, indeed we are, folks. We have another great show for you today. In fact, this is our 10th quarantine special. Can you believe it? 10 weeks of this. And today we have the very funny, very hilarious Kevin Downey Jr., also joined by our another funny comedian, veteran guy in the Friars Club, been on SNL, Bob Greenberg, and also musical guests. If you can believe it, we have another great musical guest. This is Misti Meyham, a good old friend of mine from North Kakalaka. She'll be joining us. I can't wait for you to hear some of her tunes. And without further ado, here's my buddy, Benny Rizzuti. Benny, what's up, man?
Yee-haw! We on TV, brother. I'm doing good. Happy 10th anniversary.
Yes, 10. I can't believe it's 10
episodes.
shows. I think we've done a total since we started Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up back in the old days when we used to be a game show.
When we were a game show, yeah, I remember
think
that.
this is actually show 27 today. So that means we've, 7 more shows and we've tied the where we were at. We had 17 shows, 17 game shows, and now 10 quarantine shows.
10 quarantine, wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
You know what? We're having so much fun, and you are doing a lot of work. I mean, I do some, I'm your associate producer, but you do all I'm the guy, like, if we were a band, you're Jerry Garcia, I'm Bob Weir. Okay.
Right, nice.
Right, I'm the rhythm guitar, but you're the guy I keep I'm shoveling stuff to you. Hey, Don, what do you think of this? Hey, Don.
Yeah.
And
hey,
then
man.
you're the guy that has to work it out.
But I couldn't do any of this without you, man, and your support and your feedback and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. These last, despite being in quarantine, we're making the best of it and having some fun and getting some great interviews and getting a lot of good people involved. In this thing.
A lot of people beside myself are looking forward to these shows, these quarantine. And we're doing so good that, all right, I was at Govs Radio, which has a lot of great shows. The one show, the Daily Show there, the Knock 'em Dead Comedy, has said that they want Don Sill to produce both shows when quarantine's over.
Wow. Well, that's something I would love to do. I think it will be a lot of fun. So a lot of work goes into these quarantine shows, and obviously a lot of work goes into the game show as well. But I think, what do you think, Ben? You think we could pull it off?
It's a lot of work. I don't know if we could keep up with 2 a week. I don't know that. I think the quarantine show, of course, we'd name it something else.
Yeah.
Like the variety show,
right.
PUSUSU variety show.
If anyone has any comments, because we do read the comments with everyone. So if they have ideas if we were to rename this show post quarantine, just give us some ideas and let us know what you're thinking out there.
Yeah, definitely. But we're not going to call it post quarantine. I don't believe we want quarantine in the title. But
right.
But another version of put up, shut up, and stand up.
Yeah, I think that I enjoy doing these. It's a lot of fun. So I would love to keep it going on after we get back to a normal world. And then I also still want to get back to the game show. And we still got to get Mandy Jones, still has yet to cash in on her prize.
I know, because the club closed. Yeah, Mandy Jones was our season 1 winner.
And for first place, Mandy Jones that gets a tiara. You better put it on.
Mandy Jones gets the crown of PUSUSU.
She gets
one champion. She won a performance at the Govs main stage. We still have yet to give her that because of the situation that we're all in. But I can't wait to see her get up there and then crown our new champion for season 2. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, we do. And the game show is fun. It's different. It's fun. That's where I'm doing before the show you do work, and then during the show I'm the guy running around with,
yes,
you know,
you are hustling. Yeah.
And what's cool though is there are a lot of people who have said they've messaged after shows and said you have no idea what Benny Rizzuti does. Not to toot my own horn, but they're like, you have no idea, because I'm running around like I'm not a chicken with my head cut off, but I'm a chicken that knows he's on the chopping block, and it's a 2-hour show.
Yes.
These shows are around an hour, a little bit longer. But our game show is a 2-hour, and it's right on the nose, 2 hours. Like I know at 8 o'clock, we start at 7. At 8 o'clock, Alfredo Gaguzzi got to come out, and I got to insult people. And that's why when you said Mandy Jones too, I feel out of everyone that Alfredo Gaguzzi insulted, I feel I hit Mandy Jones really hard.
You're always picking on me for being flat-chested. Give it a rest. We all know you're a tip man. I've seen Nancy's cleavage. I can live in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you something. You don't have enough of meat on you to make a hot pocket.
But you do a great job, both behind the scenes and on camera as the Gagoots. So I can't wait to get back at it, get back to the game show as well, and get rocking again, my friend. But
same here. And I can't wait for Governor's Comedy Club to reopen.
Hopefully that comes sooner than later.
I've been saying I love to go there, but I was going to be apprehensive. Now I'm like, I want to see how they're going to handle this. I know they put a lot of work into it. So we haven't seen it, the 3 clubs that they have. We haven't seen it, but now I'm curious and I want to go. I can't wait for Governor's Comedy Club to open.
Governors seem to have gone above and beyond. And, and when I say governors, I'm talking about all 3 clubs on Long Island. I think they've put in like special, like kind of infrared lighting and things like that. And the paper plates and disposable salt and pepper and sugars and all those sorts of condiments are all going to be kind of disposable. So you're not touching, ketchup bottle that's been touched by a million people. It's going to be a little individual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And paper plates, paper, plastic forks and all those, everything disposable. So they're really making extra efforts to try and make sure that all the patrons are safe. So you could go to the comedy club and enjoy the comedy and not worry about reality,
Yeah. Go and have a good time, because they are the premier clubs on Long Island. And that's where I've seen a lot of great shows there for how many years? I have no idea how many years, but for a long time. And I'm glad that they've, that
Governor's Comedy Club will be back, people, and you must go. Hey, Benny, you know what's coming up next?
Hey, Don, what's coming up next?
It's funny you should ask. We have a great interview with Kevin Downey Jr., who is not afraid to speak his mind and tell you how it is. And you know, without further ado, I'll show you. You want to see it?
Yeah, of course I do. I love Kevin.
Here it is, folks.
Cool.
What can I tell you about me? I woke up, hungover, to the sound of my neighbor mowing his lawn. I thought, it's too early to get up. He's gonna have to cut around me.
All right, everybody. We have our next guest is one of my favorite comedians. He's I guess a great guy, a hilarious guy, and he's not afraid to tell you how it is sometimes. Here he is, everybody. Kevin Downey Jr. Kevin, how you doing, man?
Thanks, baby. I'm good. Thanks for having me, man. How's it going?
It's going great, man. Just, you know, getting through the quarantine. We're into phase 1 now this week. But so before we go further, where are you now? Are you kind of in your hidden bunker? Where are we right now?
Yeah, I'm in our apartment, the Atomic Bunker, located in an undisclosed space somewhere on Long Island at the moment.
It looks like a comfortable, interesting place you're in right now.
Yeah, I can't complain. I love it here. I love it here. I used to do videos every day on where to buy toilet paper, and I would put them on YouTube.
Yes.
But everyone knows where to get toilet paper now. Oh, by the way, if you got an Asian market, go there. No one's going to the Asian market except for Asians. But there's never a line. I went today. Like the line at Trader Joe's is long, so I went to the Asian market, and I'm not buying sun-dried squid. I'm not buying stuff I can't read the ingredients. I'm just buying bacon, eggs, cream for the coffee. So if you just want that stuff, go to the Asian market. There's no line.
Asian markets is a good tip from Kevin Downey Jr.
Absolutely.
Hey, Long Island, Prepper Downey Jr. here. I just found toilet paper. Where, Kev? Where'd you find toilet paper? We'll do anything you want. La, 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 la. Toilet paper is at Dollar Tree on Bethpage Road, right off of where 106 meets 107, just north of Woodbury Road.
Where are you living? Don't have to be too specific, but...
I'm out east. I'm over at Manorville.
Oh, okay. I see. I would have thought they let Suffolk go earlier.
Right.
I would have thought they let you guys open a little earlier, and they didn't. I think it's ridiculous. I think, I don't know about you guys. Like, we have to wear masks in stores here still. Turns out I saw a thing at CVS that says, law says you have to. It's not a law.
The CDC is advising the use of non-medical cloth face covering as an additional voluntary public health measure. So it's voluntary. You don't have to do it. They suggest it for a period of time. But this is voluntary. I don't think I'm going to be doing it.
Cuomo said today, I'll let the stores decide. It was never a law. Like, I'll wear it, but don't. Can we curse on this?
Yeah, you're fine. You can talk freely.
Oh, yeah, I was just, don't fucking lie to us. If it helps people, I'll do it. But don't, I don't know. I think by now, there are so few cases. I think open it up in this business where, comedy's going to suffer, man, because those clubs, they can't operate on 25% capacity.
You are saying that, so masks were never really a law. So when you see the people, like in the store the other day, when all those people ganged up on that one lady because she wasn't wearing a mask.
Get out! Loser, bro. Get out. Yeah, grown-ass woman that acts like a dirty-ass kid. Dirty-ass, huh? What do you think?
What was going through your mind when you saw that? Were you outraged or what?
The store gets to make up the rules. Like, if you say, hey, Kev, come on over for a beer, but you got to wear a mask, I'd say, okay, I accept your rule or I don't.
Right.
That was what I would say that. But like jumping on the lady, what if she already had it in January and she can't give it to anybody?
Right.
Like no one knows. And I think there's just this panic situation now where if we all don't do what, the authorities tell us to do, then we're bad people. We're horrible people, even though the same people telling us that we're selfish for not wearing a mask are the same people that sent the old people into the nursing homes to die and kill other old people.
Hi everyone, I work for Costco and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy. So either wear the mask
and I'm not doing it because I woke up in a free country.
Have a great day.
Right, the big chains are open, but the mom and pops are closed. How's that really fair?
Yeah, so it's just been nuts. But you've been like, from the beginning of this, I've kind of been following you as always on Facebook, and you've been in front of this, it seems, the whole way through. You were one of the, getting the essentials, getting outside. You always seem to be a little bit fearless.
I've lived here for 20 years. I've never seen it so empty. Wait a minute. There are no homeless people. That's what's missing.
Look, I've been following the rules mostly. All right, here in Long Island, it's a hot spot, right? So I had to leave Long Island, had to go to New Jersey, pick up my brother, another hot spot, drive to Detroit area, pick up my dad, another hot spot, drive him back to Jersey and back through the city, hot spot into Long Island. I had to do, I didn't want to, it's just he was sick, we had to go, right?
Right.
Guess what? I didn't get anything. And if I got it, I don't know I got it. I know one person that's had it. He was sick for 2 weeks. He was like, I was kind of sick. The 2 weeks, he was really sick. So it hits people, some people worse than other people. But I think like in Michigan, you can't buy seeds. You can't buy seeds for your garden. In Michigan, people take their garden seriously.
We are in a state of emergency. I have issued an executive order. It's not a suggestion. It's an order.
You can get an abortion, and I'm pro-choice, don't get me wrong, but you can't get a hip replacement if you're in pain. You lose, you gotta wait. Let me buy a seed, get a new hip if I want one.
And especially in your home state, your native state of Michigan, it seems to be really going down over there with with their governor and all the craziness. So
did you hear about the boat?
Knowing it wouldn't make a difference, he jokingly asked if being married to me might move him up in the queue. Obviously, with the motorized boating prohibition in our early days of COVID-19, he thought it might get a laugh. It didn't.
The governor says no boats on the water.
Right.
And a lot of people down here in Michigan, they have cabins up here, and she's like, no, you can't go to your cabin just to isolate. Why? It's perfect. But anyway, they're like, no boats. On Memorial Day, they say, oh, you can get your boats out. And the marina has like 280 boats to put in the water. And the governor's husband says, hey, can we get our boat first? And he goes, no. He goes, well, I'm the governor's husband. He goes, no, for real you can't, no.
Right.
You gotta wait like everybody else. She did this to us.
Exactly.
And I'm all for the protesters in Michigan going to the Capitol. I kind of wish they left their guns home because it just makes them look like rednecks.
How did they come up with this number of 6 feet?
Yeah. But I get it. Like, if the cops are going to start bumping heads, maybe that you wish you had your gun. But I personally think leave the AR-15s at home for this one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of, I guess they wanted to just show full force of who they are and of conservatives and pro-gun and all that stuff. But it was a little much. I agree. I want to touch on, there's so many different weird things going on, not only with the quarantine, the pandemic, but also in the world today, like with Jimmy Fallon now getting in trouble again. This is the second wave of the same issue of him did an impression of Chris Rock.
You want to be a millionaire? Guess what? Not a lot of black folks on the show. Right. Not a lot of black folks on the show. You know why? Because black folks don't like to answer questions.
And he's getting a lot of heat for wearing the blackface, but he's doing an impression of Chris Rock. So what's your take on, if you're doing an impression of an African-American person, can you not put on the makeup?
All right, here's what I think. Nothing bothers me more than hypocrisy. So I don't care if he does it. I'm not offended. But then don't call that guy going to church a racist just because he votes for Trump. Like, you can't put on blackface and go, hey, I'm cool, I'm woke, I can do this. I don't know. It's like, I'm an all or one guy. Like, if you hate religion, just hate them all. Don't just hate Christianity. Hate them all.
Right.
Or at least the ones that are hateable. It just makes me mad when someone will, they're so woke, they're going to call out, the woman in Central Park.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either.
I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cop to me.
Oh, she's such a racist. Yeah, but here's your guy wearing blackface.
Right.
You didn't say anything. You know, Bill Maher dropped an N-bomb on HBO. Got away with it. But you know who wouldn't get away with it is Rush Limbaugh. He'd be done.
Oh, forget it. Yeah.
Like, it's that hypocrisy I can't stand.
We'd love to have you work in the fields with us.
Work in the field.
That's part of that. That's
Senator. I'm a house. No, it's.
Is there any ideology from the left that still stays with you? Is there anything that you like about what they stand for?
Today's left or in general?
Just in general, like what's one like policy that they have that you're on board with?
Well, it's not even an issue anymore, but I've always been pro-gay marriage. I've always been pro-choice, probably just out of selfishness. I don't want any kids. Don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those male feminists. Like, right. That's purely a selfish move on my part. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I was like all for that. But at the same time, I want a gun. You know, if I want a gun, I should get to have a gun.
As we start to get into our phase 1 and phase 2, you mentioned earlier in the beginning here that comedy clubs are going to be different as we move forward. What are you thinking? Like, you know, I think it's going to be like 50% capacity, those sorts of things. Are you going to bring your own microphone? But you seem kind of fearless about things. So just walk me through what your thoughts of the future as far as stand-up.
Okay, for let's say the next 6 months, I'm not bringing my own microphone because you can't pretend to be fearless on stage when you whip out your own mic.
Right.
I think you lose some respect right there.
So I'm walking around New York City today. This guy comes up to me, he goes, "Excuse me, I'm homeless, I'm hungry, and I got tuberculosis in both lungs. Can you do something to help?" So I push him in front of a bus.
That's a good point.
I'm just going to say, look, I think this is over. I think they kind of lied to us. I mean, we did have 100,000 people die. That's horrible, without a doubt. You can't deny that. But the truth is, and I'm not saying, oh, you know, fuck them. They were some pretty sickly people, most of them. You know? And what my point here is, most people are going to get it and have a bad flu and be done. My friend's 2 kids had it, and one of them had no symptoms. One had symptoms for overnight. And I'm just going to say, look, here we are. And I think you're going to have 2 schools. You're going to have the people too scared to go out, and the people who are like me, like, fuck it, I need to go out and have a beer and sit in a bar and talk to a stranger. And you know what? I would love to see a baseball game on. Put a baseball. We can't. Someone might. I kind of think they had no idea what was going on, or they haven't been completely honest, or a little of both.
I would love to get the stats of people that, like a month ago, there was a lot of people rioting, not rioting, protesting to get the states opened up again, and none of them wore masks. And then there was all the people we see at the beaches not wearing masks, and all these gatherings of people. I would love to get the stats, because I bet you not a lot of those people have gotten it.
Right. I mean, I hate memes, but I saw a great one. It said, if you want to stay home, stay home. If I want to go out, I'll go out. That's called freedom.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, then don't go out. Don't go to the comedy show. Don't go to the bar.
Right.
I'm fine with that. And I think you're going to find, when this is over, half the population is going to have a big condom-free orgy. Say, yeah, it's over, fucking whoa.
Because you look at like Sweden, they're doing that herd immunity over there. And I haven't looked recently at the stats, but I think it was pretty successful from what I understand. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, I'm with you. Those people that, like you said, the people that went to the beach and the pools. I mean, I'm following the numbers. They drop every day.
Yep.
And you know what Florida did? Florida sent all their coronavirus elderly patients to one nursing home, one big empty nursing home. They didn't send them to nursing homes all over the state and kill a bunch of older people. You take those numbers out, and that 100,000 becomes what, 80,000? That's what we had last season with the flu.
Yep. It's crazy times, man, but I'm glad we got guys like you out there.
Thank you, sir.
You know, letting us know you're fearless. A lot of people, you know, they especially conservatives, just by the nature of the word conservative, they're quiet. They don't speak their mind for one reason or another. But guys like you are out there, you know, saying what needs to be said, and that some are afraid to say. So
thank you.
Yeah,
it's me and McNeely. We're going to war with everyone else.
Yes, you and Terry McNeely, Gallo, and Paul Bond. And
you'd be shocked how many people are on our side, though. They come out to me, man. I'm telling you, even in the city, tons of them.
Awesome, man. Well, it's good to hear. Keep on rocking. Congrats again on the engagement to Jessica. And
thank you.
You guys look like you're having a great quarantine, just judging by Facebook.
We are, man. It's been like, I'm going to be kind of sad when it's over because we've spent so much great time together. And then I was going to be like, you have to go to work for 8 hours? Oh, no, come home, Jessica, please.
Awesome, man. Well, I look forward to seeing you at Governor's again really soon, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you, man. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Take care, man.
All right, buddy. Be good. Thank you.
Bye.
We will be back. I don't know when, but it will be soon.
Hey, Benny, guess what's coming up now?
Hey, Don, I'm wondering what's coming up now.
Professor Fedora is back again, folks, with his top 5, and here it is.
Well, hello, Professor Fedora again for another top 5. This top 5 is going to go ahead and show all the wonderful things that I've gone ahead and learned to enjoy recently. What's number 5? I've recently learned that Nigel Fullerton is a big movie nerd as I am.
What happened was basically the director wanted to make a movie that was more centered on Roxanne Shante, and he wanted to make my part meaningful, but he wanted to make it a little bit minor because he's such a big polarizing character.
What's number 4? I love Tim Saliani when he does his wonderful quarantine life. So funny.
Our first question comes from an idiot named Don. Don, what kind of dumb do you have for me today?
Hey, what's up, Tim?
What's number 3? I'm starting to really enjoy that new show, No Rhyme, No Reason, which is pretty good, and that guy, Jeff Bosey and Rich Rita, they're both kind of funny.
And ball rub, nose hair.
Ball rub. Because tell me, you're not sitting in the chair and then Sergio comes around and nubs your elbows with his ball sack every now and again accidentally?
What's number 2? I enjoyed learning about that new show that came about, Ashland. Which it's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. What's the number 1 thing I still enjoy? Once it wouldn't be possible without all these wonderful participants. PUSUSU.
We make dreams come true here at Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. And now he got to meet his hero, Jackie the Joke Man, who also is a hero of mine as well. I grew up listening to. We can go on and on about how much we love and appreciate you. Hey, everybody. And now it's time for our musical guest. It's an old friend of mine who is near and dear to my heart. I worked with her in North Carolina on our show, The Cankasaurus. She was awesome on there. She is an amazing musician. And without further ado, I welcome Misti Meyham to the show. Misti, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
So how is the quarantine going over there in Raleigh, North Carolina anyway?
Well, everybody pretty much obeyed orders. Everybody's pretty much wearing masks. We just opened up, so we're trying to see how things go. It's very slow open. So we're doing it in phases. We're in our second phase, third? I don't know. It feels like things are not completely open, but they might be. I don't know. I haven't been out.
And you say you're kind of performing again. I mean, the bars are open, but still the city is going through a tough time. So explain that to me. What's it like?
So there's just a lot of pent-up aggravation and stress. Nobody needs to be locked away in their home for 3 or more months at a time, because that causes things like cabin fever, like the movie The Shining, But, you know, that coupled with the protests and the recent tragic death of that man, there are people right now marching around downtown Raleigh with like AK-47s and big guns, and it's very strange. And as far as the bars go, there's definitely a lot of caution. I don't know. If things are completely open, people aren't coming out. And if they are completely open, I do know for a fact we're still abiding by the 6-foot rules. So we're really taking it slow. And the great thing about this area North Carolina and just North Carolina is that despite all of the chaos, everyone has hope. And I think if we can hold on to that and stick together, we're going to be okay.
2020 has been quite the year for all of us, but with you in particular, because you not only had to deal with this pandemic and COVID and being quarantined, but you also had major back surgery on your spine this year. How are you feeling? Tell me a little bit about that.
So it turns out I have a degenerative disc disease, and I had myopathy. And so basically my spinal cord was getting cut off from my spine. Inside of our spine, we have discs, and one of my discs ruptured. Think of it as a Pez dispenser. You know, those little Pez candies that pop out of the neck? Well, your spine has little Pez candies, but they're not supposed to pop out. And mine not only popped out, but it kind of exploded like a tire. And so I have other bulging discs, but we went in for that because I was sleeping 4 hours at a time for over 6 months. I couldn't bear the pain. It was unbearable. And they went in, sliced me open, cut open my spine, chopped me up, sucked some stuff out, sewed me up, and put me back on the road. And I am doing okay. I have another MRI coming up, and we'll see how it goes. And I appreciate you asking. I'm a lot better than I was.
Now, Misti, you know I love everything about you. You are so incredibly talented. So I'm so happy to have you on the show to perform for us. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Misti Meyham.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Leave behind who I am and think about who I was, yeah. Who to become now is my next chapter. Now that I'm out of my own shadow, I have the rest of my life to look after. I got in touch with a giggle, yeah. Got in touch with a giggle, babe. Every day I laugh at myself. Doing me beaming and down, cloudy thunder, baby. Wouldn't want you with no one else, yeah. Good people, we all make bad mistakes. Without forgiveness and love, the more bad choices we make, yeah. If you're feeling low, you gotta start from inside out. Align yourself and find out what this is all about, yeah, yeah. Get in touch with the giggle, baby. Get in touch with the giggle, ow. Every day just laugh at yourself. Doing me beaming it down, clouds and thunder, baby. Wouldn't want you with no one else. So if you wanna fly, you gotta jump, yes. Just fall back in love and get in touch with your giggle. Get in touch with your giggle, baby. Every day just like me, oh, ha, ha, ha. Doing me beaming and down, clouds and thunder, baby. Wouldn't want you, no one else. Touch with your giggle, yeah. Get in touch with your giggle, babe. Every day just a laugh video. Sail, yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow, what a great performance by Misti Meyham. I'm telling you, everybody, go find her on YouTube and Facebook and all that good stuff. Misti Meyham. She is so incredibly talented. Very happy to have her on the show. She's got another song coming up towards the end of the show, so stay tuned and enjoy.
Hey everyone, it's comedian Wendy Liebman, and ooh, is that broccoli in my teeth? No, it can't be. I don't eat broccoli. I'm here to tell you to make sure you watch the show Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. It's on every Saturday night at 7, and you can watch it in 3 places. It's on Gov's Radio, Facebook Live, and Boxcast. Every Saturday night at 7. What else do you have to do?
This is Pat Trump with a special shout out to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. This is their 10th quarantine episode. They're doing a fantastic job. Unbelievable job. They're doing things that nobody has ever seen. Okay, they're doing such terrific work. Fantastic job. Okay, they're doing so well. Even in quarantine. 10 quarantine episodes. That's fantastic. I mean, it's be better when they're back in the studio, but they're doing fantastic work that nobody's ever seen. In terms of GNN, Gotham News Network's fake news report about hydroxychloroquine, we're all taking it at the Justice League. We're all taking it. I'm taking it. Wonder Woman is taking it. Aquaman is taking it. The Flash, we're all taking it. Okay? Superman is not taking it, but Superman is invincible. Okay, that's common sense. He's invincible. He's from Krypton. He's got superpowers. That's why they call him Superman. So happy anniversary. All the best. Don't watch the fake news. Gotham News Network, GNN. Fake news. They're a disgrace.
We just had this little trend on Facebook of everybody posting their senior portraits. This one lady posted a picture of her senior portrait, and I was like, oh my God, you look exactly the same. And she was like, oh, you're so sweet, thank you so much. And I was like, no, you were just a really, really old-looking 18-year-old.
The show that's been on my mind all the time. PUSUSU. Ooh. Now you might not even know my name, but we both love that wheel spinning game. PUSUSU. Ooh, Saturday evenings, PUSUSU's there. We all come running from everywhere to Gov's Comedy Club Radio. It feels so good when you just say the word. Ooh, PUSUSU.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I prefer to date men that are 65 and older. These last several weeks have been so scary for me. COVID-19 is threatening my entire dating pool. Seriously, these men risk extinction. Now, while you people are out on the hunt for toilet paper, some of us have real problems to worry about. I may never have another orgasm again that's not self-induced. So, for the future of my sex life, I beg of you, please, stay home to help save lives.
People of planet Earth, it's me, Greg Proops from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
How long have you had that?
I'm here in command headquarters, and I have an order for you. Make sure you watch Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up on govsradio.com, Facebook Live, and follow them on YouTube. They're on TV. This has been an order from the Maximum Command module here, located somewhere on Earth.
You fool, you touched me! You want to kill me? You fool, you want to kill me?
I didn't touch you.
You want to kill me?
I didn't touch
you.
you.
You touched me.
No, I'm not trying to kill you.
What you
Why'd you touch him, Benny? I saw you.
I didn't touch him.
Yes, you did. I saw you kind of like reaching out with your hand. You were trying to...
Listen, I extended my hand to shake hands with him, okay? I extended my hand, and then I was like, oh, no, it's the new normal, you can't. So I went to give the elbow, and our elbows didn't even, they just got this, it just...
Why did you do that, you big fat fool?
Hey!
Why did you want to see me dead?
I didn't touch you. I'm not trying to kill you. Don, I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. No, I'm not trying to. Oh my, I didn't touch you.
You want to see me dead, don't you?
You know what? Now I'm starting to hate you. I'm starting to hate you. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna touch you. Yes, believe that.
Stupid fool! You lied.
I didn't touch him. I didn't touch you.
Oh, he hates me.
That was a lot of fun, Benny. We have you always the guy who's touching everybody.
I love that. And as long as we do these quarantine shows, I think that should be a theme. Maybe I'm giving away, but I love that. I'm the guy, you know? I'm like Lou Costello, which is really cool.
Right, yeah.
I'm the guy that I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him.
It's funny you should get into some Abbott and Costello impressions because our next guest is a hilarious impressionist and he's a really old school, kind of old soul type of comedian. And this is
I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
I think I know who you're talking about.
This is the great Bob Greenberg, hilarious comedian, really has an affinity for the old school, and he's carrying that torch for all new generations to kind of get a hold and kind of see Abbott and Costello, Marx Brothers, Laurel and Hardy, Buster Keaton, and of course his favorite, not as old as those guys, but his favorite is Ralph Cramden, and it was just a lot of fun talking to him, and he really knows his comedy history, and here, check it out for yourself.
Warm today, wasn't it? It was warm. I can't wait for summertime. Me too. Best thing about summertime is beautiful women walking around in tank tops and short shorts. The worst part, guys like me walking around in tank tops and short shorts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a very funny comedian, a veteran comic. He's been around in everything from the Friars Club to SNL. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Greenberg. Bob, how you doing, man?
I'm a veteran. I used to work with Charlie Chaplin, old time. In those days, stand-ups used subtitles. You couldn't hear us. We would just move our mouths and see a funny thing and go back. How you doing?
Good. I'm loving your background right on the set of The Honeymooners, huh?
Yes. Look, I got to turn this way. Yeah. There's the ice box, as you can see. I'm waiting for the Iceman to come. I hope he wears a mask, But anyway, and there on the Honeymooners sets, where you see the. Hold on. Oh, this way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go that way. My hand. Oh, there we go. And I got it now. Here we go. I always loved this candy dish. What was in the? There's nothing in the candy dish. It's just Alice's dreams. That's all. And Ralph's nightmares are in the candy. There's nothing in the candy dish. No pictures on the walls. Look at that. There's not a radio. Forget the television or television, or whatever you want to call it. It's a very sad place, isn't it? Look at the street, 328 Chauncey Street. Although Gleason, because he never memorized the script, once said 378 Chauncey Street, which is very strange, but it's 328 Chauncey Street. I don't know how he forgot where he lived. That's where he really lived.
Oh wow!
This is the apartment. This is a perfectly fine apartment from 1922, right?
But it's cool.
With an ice box,
What's cool is that The Honeymooners, like you said, goes way back to like the 50s, like when television first started, one of the first sitcoms. And it still holds up today. What do you think that is? What's so special about The Honeymooners?
I think it's the characters, that he wants to better himself. Also, you feel superior to Ralph Cramden. I think anybody, even a child, feels superior to Ralph Cramden. And he's a dreamer, and we're all dreamers. The Bang Zoom. Actually, this is a Bang Zoom meeting. A Bang Zoom meeting.
Bang Zoom.
the Bang Zoom, or the used to say pow, or right in the kisser and stuff. I don't think that would fly today if the suits were having a meeting about it.
I know.
I treat you like a woman. I let you sew, I let you cook, I let you wash the windows, I let you clean up. Boys don't do that, Alice.
But you can say the same thing about All in the Family.
Oh yeah.
Too, right? But yeah, I think it's the character. We love Ralph, and no matter what, Alice loves him, and it's very heartwarming. And it was really like the first sitcom. This is your first deal.
And it set the standard, and it still holds up today. It's still funny. You know, the punchlines still work. That's just great. And there's something special about the old comedies.
Baby, you're the greatest.
So now are you ready for some of these comedy questions we have for you?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, it is time for comedy questions. All right, so our first one, who is on your Mount Rushmore of comedy?
Well, I think I mentioned a lot of the guys. Laurel and Hardy, W.C. Fields. Kids, watch W.C. Fields. He's the whole package. He's the epitome of the character comedian. I guess I like the character comedians. And he is watch anything with W.C. Fields.
Don't be so free with your hands.
Listen, honey, I was only trying to guess your weight. You take things too seriously.
Baloney, Mahoney, Malarkey, you big kabloona.
Marx Brothers, You Can't Beat, Stooges, all the classic guys. Chaplin, Buster Keaton, he's timeless. He's very much in today. You know.
That's a really strong Mount Rushmore you got there.
Oh yeah, I mean you could throw in Pryor too. I mean, Richard Pryor was so amazing. The thing about having a heart attack, you remember that? He did this bit about his heart attack.
Oh yeah, his heart
talking to him. He was on fire, right? He did a whole special in a red suit after he was on fire. I mean,
just drape the match like this. What's that? Richard Pryor running down the street.
This guy, nothing stopped him. You know, if I was on fire, I would take a vacation. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't put on a red suit and go performing, but he did.
Because he knew he just got a ton of material by lighting himself up. So he couldn't wait.
It's the funniest thing. Talk about, you know, making lemonade, as they say, you know. When you dealt lemons, making lemonade, I think is the old expression.
Yep.
That guy made a lot of lemonade. And Carlin, too, George Carlin. I saw him at Carnegie Hall, and it was very funny watching him work. They didn't bother to move the chairs. You know, there must have been a Philharmonic thing. There's always, have you seen footage of that as I'm performing at Carnegie Hall? And you see chairs like, you know, like, did he just say, no, don't do anything? Like, they didn't put anything behind him.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, it looks like the...
Right, the chairs are just like, you know.
Folded up, yeah, like stacked.
You know, like a local 108 said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name is George Carlin, and I am a professional comedian, as opposed to the kind you run into at work all day long.
So he just left the chair. And I think he was that kind of performer. I don't think he cared about the, what is the expression, the bells and whistles, you know?
Yes.
Carlin just came out and did it.
Yep.
You know, the only other performer I ever saw that really almost didn't care about the audience was Janine Garofalo.
Right.
I like her, nothing against her, but I remember her coming out. Well, there's a special with this type of scene where she has always had a material on a piece of paper, a yellow legal pad, and they would be laughing, and she would throw her off. Like, why are you laughing at this? It almost annoyed her, you know?
The bacteria, just so much bacteria that it really, I'm really not comfortable with that. I find that, especially the airplane bathroom, that's patient zero for any pandemic you may wish to imagine. And really, I don't like that kind of talk.
That was funny. So you're laughing because she's saying this, but she was really annoyed. Right. I've never seen a performer not want the laughter.
Yeah, be disrupted by it.
And I want you to know it benefits none of us for me to lie to you to create content. I wouldn't do it, not at town hall.
It's funny when you do stand-up. I remember I was doing a bit about going to yeshiva. It's one of my oldest bits. And I was trying to explain it. And I said, you know what a yeshiva is? It's a Jewish Catholic school. And then I go into the bit. Well, I would get a laugh on, it's a Jewish Catholic school. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're laughing. And then I go, oh, leave it in. And sometimes you're heading to the joke, and the stuff before the joke. And what was my final joke? Oh, I tried to learn Hebrew, but to me it all looked backwards.
Nice.
Right? And then the punchline, I guess I'm Yitzlex. That was the punchline.
Nice.
So it still works, but I'm just saying that the Jewish Catholic, I remember it threw me because I'm heading to the joke, So the strangest reaction I ever got from a bit was I was working this club called Tickles. I don't know if you ever heard Tickles. I opened for Chris Rush there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. The great
and
Chris
there
Rush.
was this audience that did not get my Jew stuff. They didn't want to see Jews. I don't know. They didn't know what I was talking about. It was just Brooklyn. Must have seen Jews at some point.
Right, yeah.
But they didn't know. And I have a bit where I talk about going to church for the first time, and it's a midnight mass because my friend took me. And so I said, I'm there, at church, midnight mass. So I'm sitting there, I'm enjoying the show. When all of a sudden I smell something funny burning, I look around and I see this boy coming down the aisle with incense. And then I say, at some point I say, I'm smelling the incense, making me cough and crying. I'm sneezing and coughing, and I'm wondering, what is that incense for? And then I realize it's to flush out the Jews. Right? So that's the punchline. You're laughing. Right. I did the show I opened with Chris Rush, and not only did it not get a laugh, but there was a older woman sitting up front, and she was sort of, yes, that's right. Like, I think
she was like, he's exactly right, folks.
You're right. That's the flush out. He's right. That was the most funny thing. I mean, it's like, you do this kind of like, obviously it's not true. That's the humor, and then they agree with you.
Right, yeah.
It's not your crowd,
Now, you are part of the Friars Club. So I'm sure you've been around a lot of the great comedians. It seems like you love the history of stand-up comedy, as I do. But through all the comedians you've got to meet through the years, have you ever gotten any advice from them? And what's the best comedy advice you've ever gotten?
Probably the best advice I ever got was definitely be yourself. Breathe. I remember that. Always remember to breathe. Isn't that interesting? Listen to the audience. As a matter of fact, like I was telling you about that Bethlehem, Pennsylvania gig, I listened to the audience, and they like curlies. I did curly doing 100 different things. Listen to the audience. And Jeffrey Ross told me, for instance, he said, you should always talk about yourself. People like to know about you. You're a nice guy. And I do a lot of impressions and characters in my act, but occasionally I will reveal some stuff and put the impressions within the framework of something that happened to me. And it makes them more personable, more real. And, it's like being real is very important. But who gave me really, really, really good advice was Joan Rivers. And I met Joan Rivers for maybe 15 seconds. It was a Friars toast, not a roast. It was a toast to Don Rickles. I met Don Rickles.
Wow.
He talked to me. I was so in awe of Don Rickles, I can't remember. I have a picture. I'm shaking hands and I'm smiling. But whatever he said to me, I was like, it's Don Rickles. You forget what they're saying. With Joan Rivers, Jeffrey Ross brought me over to Joan Rivers and said, Joan, I want you to meet Bob Greenberg, very funny comedian. And Joan, she had that work done on her face.
Right.
And what got me out of the fanning out was the fact that I was just mesmerized by it looked like a mask. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was so at the end there, yeah.
And like her eyes were like within the thing, and so I completely, the whole fan thing went out the window. But she said to me, do you enjoy doing it? And I say, yes, I enjoy doing it. Well, if you love it, you'll be a success. As long as you love it, you'll always be a success. And she's right. If you love doing it, you'll always be a success because you'll work at it, you'll have fun. That's the important thing. That's what she said. Do you enjoy doing it? Do you love it? And that's really the best advice I could give anybody. You gotta love what you're doing.
You gotta love what you're doing, and to get that kind of advice right from Joan Rivers is pretty awesome indeed. You say you do a lot of impressions in your act. Do you have a favorite, and could we see it, please?
Oh, well, hard to say. I did a little Gleason for you.
To be or not to be? Oh, that is the question.
I'll do a quick Lou Costello at the John Gotti trial. How's that?
Oh, perfect.
Mr. DA, are you asking me if I think John Gotti's a member of organized crime? I'll tell you, confidentially, oh, there's John Gotti. There's John Gotti. John Gotti. John Gotti. John Gotti. John Gotti. Hey, this will work with the Derby, too. You got the idea.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's great. You even got that. Awesome. What would you say is your favorite part of being a stand-up comedian? What's your favorite thing about it, about the craft?
My most favorite thing about it is sharing with the audience. You know, I like those moments when we're all together and we communicate. And I'll say something, and I'll wait, and I'll laugh, and it takes a while. I think as a performer, I know when I was starting, often the sign of an early stand-up or a stand-up just starting is he rushes through his material. The laughs aren't on the jokes; it's on the pauses. And I think with the pauses is when the audience sees the person up there, and also it takes people. You're saying something in your mind, and you have to convey it to them. And it may take them, 3 seconds to understand what you're talking about. If you don't take that pause, there's no laugh. And there's, I met Jerry Lewis too a few times. He was actually nice to me. I've heard some horror stories.
Yeah, yeah, he can be moody.
Jerry used to say, wait for your laugh. Always wait for your laugh. And that's true. You do the funny thing. If they don't laugh, you move on. But if they start to laugh, you got to give it the moment. Otherwise, you won't get the laugh. Not because you're not funny, but because you didn't take the pause. But I think the pause goes back to breathing, that I mentioned earlier.
Right.
And also being in the moment.
Last Halloween, I ran out of candy. Kids came to the door, I had nothing for them. So I gave out takeout packs of sugar. Which is candy in its purest form.
I mean, Henny Youngman was hilarious. He would do those jokes. But he always took a break he would do the joke, take it right, please. And there was a time, right?
Right.
You go into the next, took my brother-in-law to the beach, talked so much, her tongue got sunburned.
Oh, yeah. Right.
The room was so small, even the mice were hunchback. Remember those jokes?
Yeah.
He would just hit you with all these jokes. But he always took that pause. Waited for the laugh. Next. So that's timing. So I just love, so in other words, I mean, basically connecting with an audience, I think is the best part of it. And it's nice you get in front of all these strangers, and then afterwards they feel they know you, and in a way they do know you. And you may not know them, but they like you, they laugh, and that's a nice feeling. So I think we were all in this for the love. We want to be loved back, and I think all the stand-ups, they want that love. What's better than making people laugh? Nothing's better.
Nothing better than that, man. That's for sure.
Nothing better. I laugh harder with this whole quarantine, I laugh harder. I watched The Three Stooges. I watched Shemp. They did a bunch of Shemps when he was dead. He really died. You know about this? Poor Shemp died. And they would use stock footage of him, but they'd shoot new footage of Mo and Larry and have a stand-in like the back of Shemp's head.
The back of it, yeah.
And Mo would say to the fake Shemp, Shemp, go over there in the back of someone's head and go, and
that's awesome.
He was dead. Like, where's Shemp? Shemp and Curly and Mo were all brothers. And so Larry says to Mo, where's Shemp? Or Mo says to Larry, where's Shemp? And they go, he's upstairs. He's upstairs. In stock footage in a moment, but he's upstairs. Right. Or he's outside or he's whatever. And I feel like saying, no, Mo, he's dead.
He'd break the news to him.
No, he's dead. He's not coming. But there, 5 shorts. They call it the dead Shemps. I think it's like 5 shorts that they had enough stock footage that they would be plumbers and Shemp would be they had footage of him in another room. And they have a stand-in. It's kind of sad. But anyway, I could laugh now at a dead Shemp. Watching the guy standing in for Shemp going, cracks me up.
Bob, thanks so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. And all the best to you.
You too. Goodbye, folks.
My name is Silvio Dante. My friend Don Sil, he's got a great show. What's it called?
Put up, stand up, and shut up? No, put up, shut up, and stand up. I keep getting that wrong.
Put up, what is it again?
Put up, shut up, and stand up.
I don't know the name of it, but everybody else does.
Put up, shut up, or stand up. Right? Put up, shut up, stand up. Put up, stand up, and shut up.
We'll start over.
Put up, stand up, shut up.
Put up, shut up, and stand up. You gotta watch Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Don Sills. We just had a fucking blast.
That's what I thought. Put up, shut up, stand up. That's what I was gonna say.
And here she is once again, folks. The great and talented Misti Meyham.
I wrote this after I was in quarantine for too long. And I really started missing my friends. So, hang on, burp? No burp. Okay. Gotta get up, I gotta get out. Show this world what I'm all about. Ready to go, and I'm ready to live. This time you're gonna see just how much I can give. It's just gonna take one day at a time. And this time, I'm gonna do it right. I wanna be close to you. Do all the things that we never got to do, yeah. I wanna be next to my friends. Play till dawn, till the sun comes up, but the song never ends. Yeah, never ends. I'm letting go, and I'm giving in. My purpose against all odds, I'm still living. I'm ready to shine. Woo, I'm ready to sing. Dance and sing and celebrate being. Just gonna take one day at a time. And this time, I'm gonna do it right. I wanna be close to you. Do all the things that we never got to do. I wanna be next to my friends. Wait till dawn, till the sun comes up, but the sun never ends. Never ends. I wanna be close to you. Do all the things that we never got to do. I wanna be next to my friends. Wait till dawn, till the sun comes up.
Hey, it's Jeffrey Gurian, and I'm out here at Governor's at the Don Sill Show. Put up, stand up, and shut up. No, put up, shut up, and stand up. I keep getting that wrong. Complicated show, very funny. Tune in, watch, great stuff. Don Sill is great, and the people he gets on are really cool. So check it out.
All right, Benny, that's our show for today. That's our 10 quarantine show right there, our 10th quarantine show. Fun stuff, man.
Great. Happy 10th. Happy 10th.
Happy 10th
Happy
anniversary.
10th, buddy. It's great. It's a great show. With diversified. I love the guests. I love the surprises that were. I was surprised. And I knew what was going on, and I was surprised. This is a fun ride. I know we're quarantined, but this is a fun quarantine ride, this show.
Yes, indeed. I couldn't do it without you, buddy. And you know what I always like to say? You're awesome, Benny.
No, Don, you're awesome.
No, you're awesome, Benny.
You are awesome. You're a ice cream sundae on a crappy friggin' Monday awesome. I'm going to keep saying that. One day you're going to finally use it.
I'm going to keep that one in there. And you're awesome, Benny.
You're super awesome. Happy?
Wait. It's not over yet. Not over yet. You gotta check out some of these bloopers.
Hey, Kate, is that bird shit on your leg? Yeah, right on your knee there. Right.
Be very, very quiet. We are hunting for wabbits.
Why are you so quiet? Kate, why are you quiet?
So blow your whistle, freight train. Take me far on down the track. I'm going away, and I'm leaving today, and I'm never coming back. Yee-haw!